Welcome to GCA Hootworthy. Got another Hootworthy story coming at you. We have a teacher episode this time. So please tell us your name, your position, and how long you've been with GCA.
Guys, so my name is Jessica Schumann. My students know me as Mrs. Schumann. And I am this year the ESOL district supervisor for Georgia Cyber Academy. So I've been with GCA for 10 years. And yeah, right. And so they have, I kind of moved up in the world of GCA, and now I'm a supervisor of this awesome program for our multilingual learners. So we have these students that are at Georgia Cyber that speak more than one language. And I get the pleasure of helping them hone their English speaking skills.
Awesome. So you been with GCA 10 years, essentially an eternity, and you have recently moved up to the ESOL supervisor. So you're kind of over the whole program, right? If I understand it. And you were an ESOL teacher though this past 9 years with GCA.
Yeah, so well, I started as a science teacher.
Okay.
And then I moved to ESOL, and I taught in the ESOL department for 5 years. So okay. I've been around the block at GCA.
Awesome.
Let me tell you, I've taught from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade.
Right. So you've got a lot of variety, a lot of experience. And so this past teaching year, I hear implemented this really creative, really engaging, awesome teaching strategy. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Can you tell us how did it come about, where this idea came from, that sort of stuff? Love to hear about it.
Yeah, sure. So I was tasked with teaching kindergarten last year for my first time ever. And it just so happened I have my own kindergartner who was at home learning because our district was virtual because of COVID, right?
Right.
So they asked me, I think it was probably late September, early October, if I would teach our multilingual learners in the kindergarten class. And I was nervous, and I had realized that my own child was really struggling with virtual learning because, he was 5. And so I was really nervous about getting in a classroom with these young learners and not being able to keep them engaged. So I've always had this passion for the puppetry arts because I came from a small town, and once a year, this awesome puppet show called the Lighthouse Puppet Theater would tour and come to a church in our town. And so I look forward to it every year, right? Yeah. And so that kind of sparked my interest in the puppetry arts. And then I love Jim Henson. He's a hero of mine. I love Labyrinth, David Bowie, and I've always loved it. I don't know. It's something about it speaks to me because it's just so entertaining, and it requires so much talent. So I thought, well, my son loves YouTube. He loves drama, like in the shows that he watches. And I said, well, how can I bring that sense of drama to my own class? So I invited a good friend of mine who is from Monster City to come and hang out with us in our class. So would you guys like
Monster City?
Yeah, she's from Monster City. She's a monster.
Wait, and she's here. Your friend's here today.
Yeah, she's upstairs. I can call her down if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And wait, I have a question though. You don't have any monster friends?
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've met any monster friends.
Missing out. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to expand your reach to the monsters. So
of course.
Let me call her Sparkle.
Is that Sparkle?
Yeah, her name's Sparkle.
Okay, her name's Sparkle. Okay, can't wait. Wow. Okay.
Oh, Sparkle, how are you? Hey,
Yes.
Sparkle, what's up? What do you have?
Are
Oh
those
my goodness.
maracas?
A maraca. Can you tell me why do you have a maraca, Sparkle? Okay. So I got to tell you a couple of things about Sparkle.
Okay, tell us.
So Sparkle is a lot like our students. She's a multilingual learner. And she's a little shy.
Of course.
Yeah, she's totally a little shy.
It's okay. You don't need to be shy, Sparkle. You don't need to be shy.
Right. And one of the reasons because her English is not where she would like it, Sparkle. And so because she's nervous sometimes when it comes to speaking, she talks to me, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So she talks to me and then I translate for her because I speak monster.
How do you speak monster? How do you?
It's something I picked up, along the way. It's just,
nice.
I love languages and I just said, why not learn the language of monster?
That is so fun. So can you tell, so for those who are listening that aren't watching this on our YouTube, can you describe Sparkle to our listeners real quick for us?
Oh yeah. So Sparkle's beautiful. She's a beautiful monster. Yeah, she's actually a pretty special monster. She's real fluffy. She is purple, right? Because purple is the best color. And today she's wearing her beautiful white dress.
Wow.
And she has a really pretty rose in her hair. And that's so, she's wearing the rose because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. So that's why you had the maraca.
I see. Okay. Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah. So Sparkle, you're not Hispanic though. Oh, you have a lot of friends that are Latina.
I see. Okay. So did she dress up for the podcast? Did she dress
absolutely.
Up for
yeah. She picked out this bow special, didn't you, Sparkle?
You look great, Sparkle. We appreciate you coming on. So Miss Schumann, Sparkle, how did the students respond to you bringing this, puppet into the classroom?
Sparkle says they're all her best friends.
Of course.
Yeah. She loves the students and they love her, right? So Sparkle she became a member of our class and she started doing all the different activities that the students do. Sometimes they would help her out because what we realized is when our friends need help, our students are always excited about helping. And in doing so, they're also learning at the same time. So they get to be experts in the classroom and they get to help Sparkle out, right, Sparkle?
I see. So you would bring Sparkle into the class. Now, was she there the whole time? Like, what was your experience with this?
Well, so sometimes she was napping, right? She has a special bed she naps in. And she's monsters get tired, kind of like cats in a way.
Yeah.
And then she had some other friends. She has Burrito, who is a donkey, right? And she used to bring Burrito. She had PomPom, and PomPom is mischievous. He's a mischievous puppet. So a monster. So he so she would come in for different reasons. Sometimes she would bring something that she wanted the class to discuss. Sometimes she would participate in the writing assignment. And sometimes she would just kind of chat because, speaking and learning to speak good English is important. So she would help them and encourage them to work on their English while she did too.
That is so creative. And did you find when you brought Sparkle in, did you see a massive bump in engagement when you brought her on? Like what happened? Were they like first like, what's going on? This is weird. Or were they all in? And what happened?
So Sparkle is a bit of the classroom star, right, Sparkle? So they started participating a lot more. I noticed some of the students were kind of coming in a little late. You never know what's going on. They're 5, so they were coming in a little late. And so PomPom used to show up a little early for class, and he would every time he showed up early, he would do all these just mischievous things. He would mix up my words. He would sometimes lick my camera.
What?
So gross. It's so gross.
You just link the camera and you made a mess on your out. You just made a mess on Schumann out.
Yeah.
So the students started coming in a little bit early too, just so they could see the shenanigans that PomPom got up to, you know?
So PomPom came in about 2 minutes before class started, and he started mixing up my words on the computer screen. We were gonna do phonics, and he mixed up my words. And he started doing that continuously before class. And so when the kids came in, the kids who were there early, as soon as I turned on the microphone, Miss Schumann, PomPom messed it up. PomPom was licking the camera, you know, and all the other kids were like, what? What happened?
We don't like friends, monsters, moving the letters. We don't like that.
And so they decided that they didn't want to miss what PomPom did before class. So they started logging in on time. And they made it to class on time.
That is so smart. So
yeah,
clever.
so they really like the monsters. And yeah, they're really good friends. And Sparkle would sometimes send postcards to their house. She would send them pictures when she was on vacation.
So sweet of you, Sparkle.
Sparkle, what
So
do you have?
sweet of you, Sparkle.
Plantain? Oh, it's your lunch.
She's a little hungry. Sparkle,
Sparkle,
come on.
Sparkle.
Not on
Sparkle.
camera. You chew your with your food with your mouth closed, Sparkle. Come on.
No, Sparkle gets a little crazy. Sparkle, go on now and go eat your plantain, okay?
So because you see, Sparkle, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on and showing us this cool teaching strategy, Miss Schumann, with your with bringing this puppet in. So you're now supervising, right? So you're not in the classroom anymore, but are there teachers at GCA using this teaching strategy with the puppets?
So yes, so I have to give a little bit of a shout out to federal programs, Lucretia Nolan and Julie Fair, and our head of school, our superintendent, Miss Angela Lassiter, because they are good friends with Sparkle. And Sparkle got with them.
Who isn't, though?
Right?
You know?
And Sparkle got with them and decided that we needed to have more monsters at Georgia Cyber Academy. And so at the beginning of this year, we invited in all these monsters from Monster City into the K-1 classrooms.
Sparkle, no, you didn't. Sparkle said that she brought her friends for you guys. She felt like GCA needed more monsters in their lives. So we brought you guys puppets for your classrooms. So the puppets have their names on them. There should be stickers with the puppet's name. Hello, my name is. And we would appreciate it if you guys kept their names.
And I heard that second grade got a little jealous and wanted to invite some monsters too.
Drama.
I know, right?
Drama.
Monsters. It's just crazy. So they all of our K-1 teachers, and I'm not sure about second grade yet, but I think they're in the works, have monsters that show up in their classrooms and get to participate, because we gotta educate monsters too.
Sure. So we've got our kindergarten teaching team and our first grade teaching team using this puppet strategy that you introduced last year. Did you know of any other educators doing something like this before you implemented it?
So I have seen a couple of strategies. There's this awesome lady who has this YouTube channel called Kids English Theater. And I actually messaged her and asked her if I could mention her, and she said I could.
Oh, that's
her
great.
Her name is Miranda Flynn Leger, and she's British. And so I saw her with this awesome rabbit puppet whenever I was kind of researching how I can implement it. And so she kind of has given me a few ideas. But otherwise, no, it's just something I decided I needed in my life was monsters. And
Gosh, and it's already making an impact though. That's incredible. So you did this in your kindergarten class, and you just mentioned that the kindergarten and first grade teachers here at GCA are now doing this strategy. Do you think that this puppet strategy could work in any class subject, any grade, or do you think it's really only for the elementary grades? What do you think about that? I'm curious.
so I've thought about it, and Sparkle has come to my middle school and high school classes. The interest is a little different though. At the younger levels, it's all about the drama and the fantasy and the pretend and that kind of a thing. But at the middle and the high school levels, those kids are more interested in the art behind it. So I do think that puppetry can be implemented in middle school and high school, but just you take a different angle, more from the puppetry art aspect and less from the, fantastical, storytelling aspect.
I see. Well, no, that makes sense. And so this last piece is, what kind of advice would you have for other educators that want to give this a shot, whether they're in the elementary? You already gave some advice for the middle school and high school, but specifically for the elementary, what kind of advice do you have for educators who are listening right now, but they're like, I'm a little on the fence, I'm a little worried, a little apprehensive? What would you say, like, hey, sell them on this idea, you should give this a shot?
Sure. Okay. So when I implemented it, one of the things that I noticed was that not only my students were coming to watch my class, but their siblings were as well. Sometimes the little siblings and sometimes the older siblings that I would have to send back to their own class. So I know the strategy works. I know that it gets the kids engaged because I didn't have a single kid in my class that wasn't a friend of Sparkle, that wasn't engaged. But as far as people who don't feel like they're into the dramatic element of it, I would say start small, bring monster just for one little portion of your class. Maybe the monster is the sight word monster, or maybe the monster is, your hook for getting the kids engaged at the beginning of class. And I would also say that, Sparkle is a bit of my inner child. So when the students respond to Sparkle, her response really is what I would imagine a child to respond, it's my inner child, and that part of me that I kind of grew up and hid, but gets to come out when the monsters come to class.
Sure.
So and in that way, it keeps me young, it's freeing, and sometimes just being silly and crazy and fun I was excited to go to class myself every day. And I never was, I don't know, I was always excited. I was always excited to see Sparkle and PomPom and Burrito and have the kids just have fun with them. And
that's
infectious. I think it's a strategy. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's infectious. If you're excited, they're going to be excited. If you're like, ho hum, whatever, here's another day, they're gonna feel that. So we super appreciate you coming on, Ms. Schumann, and sharing this strategy with us. And what a cool, engaging, creative idea, getting your students pumped and excited to be in class, but also interact with you, interact with Sparkle. But before you leave, any other shout outs? Because you did give a shout out to this, the YouTube channel. What was her name?
Miranda Flynn Leggy.
Okay, Miranda Flynn Leggy. Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Burrito.
You got so this is Burrito.
This is Burrito, and Burrito, he's a really smart donkey. He really
so for our listeners, you just brought in another one of your Monster City friends, the Burrito here.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
So he wants a shout out. Is this?
Oh yeah. So I'm shouting out to Burrito, definitely, and to PomPom, who's not here. He's visiting some friends. But also to the instructional support services team. That's the team that we're on, and I love those guys. And all of my ESOL team, they're awesome. They've always been super supportive. And most of all, my students who I love, who have just embraced all the monsters in Monster City and helped them out, and just, you know, it's all fun. So I appreciate Georgia Cyber Academy for letting me have fun. This kind of fun is amazing, and supporting me in it. So.
Yes, that's awesome, Miss Schumann. We super appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. Hootworthy story here. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.